How's everybody doing today? Again, we got one more episode for you of AOTP with Corey and Sean. Corey here. There's Sean. Here's Casey. You know that already because you're clearly a dedicated listener.
This is true.
I know we've gone political the past 2 weeks or so, and realistically, we get sick and tired of doing that stuff too, and we just like to have some fun. That's what we've always been about. And today, I think we're going to harken back to the days of when Casey was the research department, because he's the one who likes to get on the websites and read about other people's misfortunes.
For years, I thought that there was something wrong with me. And after a lot of time and consideration, I realized who I was. I'm a piece of shit.
He basically relays them to us. We do our comments, and we all have a good laugh at somebody else's expense. What would you like to lead off with?
Well, first and foremost, has everybody, I'm sure, has heard of AITAH, which is short for Am I the Asshole? It's stories, people asking the internet, am I the asshole for, such and such? Well, we want to do a kind of a mixture today, because in addition to the Am I the Asshole, we've also got FML. Everybody knows FML. Fuck my life.
That's old school right there.
That's old school. Everybody knows.
But it's still just as prominent today as it ever has been, because everybody feels that way from time to time. Everybody has something like that happen in your life.
Me, every time I go into work.
I'm retarded?
Well, anyway, the first story, it's Am I the Asshole? And it is called The Bedroom Equalizer. I'm just going to get right to it. My boyfriend likes to be called Daddy in bed.
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
I've obliged this request, but it's starting to creep me out, and I've decided I don't want to do it anymore.
You dirty pig! Get out! Get out!
He is not happy with this and insists it has nothing to do with the connotation of the word. He just simply enjoys hearing me say it. Since he wasn't budging on the issue, I told him I'd like for him to call me Grandma in bed as a compromise. He didn't like this option and said it was giving him visuals he would prefer not to have. Like, okay, join the fucking club. Anyway, the last time he tried to initiate intimacy with me, I started to refer to myself as Grandma in the third person. Do you like when Grandma does that, etc.?
There's got to be a better way to say that.
And he flew off the handle, said I ruined the mood, made him feel gross, and I was just being ridiculous. I think I proved my point, but he thinks I'm being an asshole. So, am I the asshole?
I don't think she is.
I hope that when she was talking, it was like this.
No, fuck no. Use a regular voice. Like, I would even go forceful with it. It's like, tell me what Grandma's doing. It's like, he's completely missing the fact that she might feel the same way about him wanting to be called Daddy.
Sure.
So, is she the asshole? Absolutely not. I think he was, being way too. Flexible.
I feel like the actual compromise for that isn't be like, I want you to call me Grandma, but okay, well, I need you to fulfill the role of father. Be like, hey, you doing okay down there, sport? Hey.
Yeah,
like that.
That's true. That'd be
because then that gives you further info. Yeah. Because if he gets into doing that, then you're like, all right, yeah, I should leave.
No. That would make it super, super creepy. It's just for him to start going, Can you give me a ride to Jimmy's tomorrow? Like, I need $12 for the prom.
Look, did I mention we still need a little league coach on my team? See, yeah, I mean, it's just
if he wants to be called Daddy,
if he wants to be called Daddy, yeah. Like set the requirements. If you want this, here's what we have to do. And if he's willing to oblige, that's a creepy motherfucker anyway.
Can we have a game of catch, Dad?
It's like, are you making me pancakes afterwards?
Pardon my French, but you're an asshole.
It's like, that's it. The grandma thing, that's a good tact in using, because, I mean, it's just as creepy as the daddy. In fact, it's probably a little more.
Well,
But
if she were
What would have happened though if that would have backfired? He all of a sudden he's like, "Oh man, I dig this now."
totally
and
he
now
just
gets
starts
this.
fucking pounding it harder, and it's like,
yeah,
it's like, oh god,
he tries to fuck her into a coma. It's like, yeah, grandma, yeah, grandma,
take it. I'm gonna
What?
break that fucking hip. God damn it!
like what the fuck?
Jesus Christ!
Okay, yeah, that would be weird. Like, let's watch Murder, She Wrote, bitch.
Angela Lansbury's the shit.
Like, you my golden girl.
You a Blanche or you a Sophia?
God damn. Yeah. Okay. That's is she the asshole? No. But there's so many creepy ways you can take that fucking story.
Yeah.
So it's like,
it was a risk.
well, that's it. If it killed the mood, in his words, it's like, I think you got off light. So quit whining about it and just move on.
No, she. It would have been an entirely different scenario if it didn't kill the mood.
Yeah. Like, if it enhanced the mood, maybe you need to start looking elsewhere and reassess what you look for in a man. I want to hear the next one. That was a good one. I mean, let's keep going with this.
So
I love these things.
Next, we've got the girlfriend who dared to menstruate.
And which one is this?
This is also an Am I the Asshole?
Okay.
So my boyfriend is really protective over his furniture. I assume it's because they're white. This really shows when
Wait. The people are white or the furniture is
the
white?
furniture's white.
Okay.
I assume it's not written very well.
You can also assume that though if they're caring about furniture.
Almost swerved into a different website.
It's like, yeah, wait. Does that mean you're black?
There was also this came real close to swerving into a website with mania at the end. Anyway,
All right.
this really shows when I'm on my period. My boyfriend does humiliating things like placing sheets on all of the chairs and lounges. I feel like if I were to leak, I'd just leak through the sheets anyway.
Start getting a reservation endorsement now, you fucking stupid bastard!
And makes me sleep in the guest bedroom on the first 2 days of my period, my heaviest days. And then he even asked me about when was the last time I changed my tampon. I'm a grown woman who has had her period since the age of 12. I don't need somebody to remind me to change a tampon. When he does this, I just feel embarrassed, and it gives me the vibe that he cares more about materialistic objects than me. I'm not even allowed to cuddle him during my period. He acts like I'm just gushing like a waterfall or something. I started my period yesterday, and as I expected, the sheets come out. I decide to put my foot down, and I take all of the sheets off the furniture, which got my boyfriend irritated. To which I told him he needs to stop treating me like a leaking juice box. He's saying that I have no right to prevent him from keeping his expensive furniture clean, and that I'm the one acting like a jerk. I need to know, am I the asshole?
How heavy is her flow?
Yes and no.
Well, okay, my whole thing, what would be great is if she sat down on his expensive white furniture and left a fucking red streak right in it.
Yeah, I mean, if
like in that instance, yes, you're the asshole.
like if you're gonna end up making your boyfriend's couch look like a Jackson Pollock painting, then sure, yeah, asshole.
Okay, well, if he clearly doesn't want his fucking white furniture looking like a fucking butcher's apron.
See,
So it's like,
I kind of feel like there has to be more to the story.
that's it. There has to be a fucking reason why he is so particular.
What is that?
I don't know. What?
Is that blood?
What the fuck is that?
It's blood, dude.
I'm gonna fucking throw up. Someone period on my fucking leg. Oh shit.
It's like, and I understand people are like finicky, they're OCD, they're whatever, they don't even want to risk it. I get that.
Like, was she chopping up a prime rib on his cushions, or like?
Like, that's it. Was she cutting up a steak on her plate and she did this and just dripped it?
Or yeah, I mean, treating her like a puppy that just piddled on the rug. I don't really think that's
Like, does he put newspapers on the floor?
It's like makes her sit in the floor, and that's where you eat too.
Like he puts pee pads on her kitchen stool.
Just walks.
Yeah, I also feel like there's probably something.
That's
we're
it.
not
There's
being
got to be
told.
so much more to this that she's only giving us half
At
of.
some point in time, she left Whistler's mother imprinted on his couch cushions.
Actually, it was Whistler's brother.
Yeah. So next,
Yeah, that one. Honestly, I would like to have more details. Honestly, I'd like to hear his side of the story on that one before I would designate either one of them to be the asshole, because it sounds like both of them could be at fault here. Like, is he just overthinking what could be, and he's just like basically, just assessing the risk of ruining his furniture, or has she
Furniture's
done this
expensive
before?
nowadays.
You see, we cut the chit chat, a-hole.
And it's like, and if you're that worried about it, black leather.
yeah,
Don't get white furniture.
or tile,
Yeah.
wipe it down like a kitchen counter, and you're good.
That's
to go.
it. Give it a spray, some Windex, and you're good.
Come have a seat on my tile couch.
No, that would be even better if he
Fuck
put,
that.
if he
Get some
put fucking-
wicker patio furniture.
If he put fucking plywood down every time she said.
Just some cardboard.
No, just throw tarps over everything.
Or from the previous story, take Granny's advice. Just cover everything in plastic.
Fuck yes. It's not scotch guarded.
So, our next series of stories are
Can't wait.
the FMLs. Fuck my life. This one comes directly from the website itself. And this guy, I don't know. I feel like he's my spirit animal. It's by someone
good.
named Creeper Magnet. Today,
Oh yeah.
Today, I went on a date with a guy for the first time. We went to Starbucks and got coffee. We talked for a while, and we were joking and having a good time. Suddenly, he put his hand on my stomach and said, "Soon this will be plump with my seed." FML. Fuck my life.
Oh no, I've met a loving family man. Oh no.
I know.
The whore's
I know.
weakness.
What
Wow, I found one without commitment issues.
What a bitch. Fucking-
Granted, he could have expressed his message a little better.
Hey, he's just an honest and direct person. I don't see the problem.
An
I'm
autist and direct person.
I'm just saying his communication skills might be lacking a little bit.
Well,
But
it actually
a
continues.
bit presumptuous to
okay,
think that he's
all
going to
right,
fuck her on the first date after a Starbucks, though.
Yes, it continues somewhat because later on, Creeper Magnet came back and was basically addressing the comments that had been left on her story.
Wonder why there would be comments.
Yeah. So let me tell you the rest of this story. This actually happened a couple months ago, but I just discovered this site. First off, there was no second date. My God. Right after he said that, I told him I wanted to go home. He had driven and I didn't have a car or any way to get home. Yeah. A guy who says that and you're admitting you don't have a way home and you're alone? Really?
That's
So-
when it's like, I'll figure out a way home.
He then
I'll
asked
fucking hitchhike.
He then asked if I wanted to go to the woods so he could do things to me.
Does this rag smell like chloroform?
This guy's awesome. I love him.
He's outdoorsy. He's committed to his family.
I want to take dating advice from this guy.
Hell yeah.
I told him no, going home would be fine. He took me home and I called him and told him I never wanted to see him again.
Well, that's rude.
Yeah, exactly.
You piece of shit.
And for half an hour, he tried to convince me to see him again, but I eventually just hung up. For a month or so, he called me every day, but I didn't answer. Finally, I grew tired of this and I answered the phone. I told him he was really scaring me and he needed to stop trying to contact me. He told me, I was falling in love with you, but they all laughed at me. Mind you, I do not know who they are, nor do I wish to know. I told him I was very sorry, but he had to stop calling me or I would contact the police.
Others.
He then said to me, "Where is the darkness? Why do you paint me as a demon when I just want to show you the light?" I haven't spoken to him since.
And he's got a creative side. This is literally what every woman wants.
I know. Look at this.
You know that he paid for her Starbucks too.
And 100% he will be honest and faithful with her through demons and angels, through, cryptids. And
Did his dating profile say enjoys long walks back out of the woods alone? I mean, my God. Like, this guy, whew, he came on strong. I'll give her that.
Yeah. He's just a guy who knows what he wants.
Here's how it goes, is that she has zero money. They went out. He bought her Starbucks, and she doesn't even have money to be like, nah, I'll take an Uber home.
And
if you're a woman that's out dating and you're not smart enough to actually prep for needing an Uber because the guy is a creep,
How would he know?
Deserve it. I don't know. I don't go out on dates.
But no. He buys her coffee, and she doesn't even have the common courtesy to go to the woods so he can do things. Do things to her.
Man's talking about
wow.
hiking, going fishing,
Let's go for a picnic. No, things.
bird watching.
That what would actually be funny though?
I'm an ornithologist, yeah.
Bird watching is on like the top 10 things that give women the ick. That's probably why he said things. He's like, if I say bird watching right off the bat, she's
going to call me a homo.
She's not going to have a second date with me if I say bird watching.
But that would be hilarious if she actually said yes to him and goes out and there is like this big elaborate picnic and it's all like just super romantic and innocent, and then it's like, wait.
Turns out by the woods he means his 100-acre property that he owns.
Why do we need black candles shaped like demons in the woods?
And his 45,000 square foot house. Like Jesus.
Where did you even get a blanket with a big pentagram on it for this?
The Hot Topic.
Etsy.
Oh, well, yeah, that's easy. God, that one, wow. So, you feel for her? Because, yes, he did come on too strong.
You shit-kicking, stinky horseman-horse-smelling motherfucker, you...
He's just, again...
You feel for her, but she's going to go over later and say, man, I want a guy that, and then list all of those
things.
Like,
why can't I just find a guy who's willing to settle down and, go hiking in the woods from time to time?
Yeah, and is perfectly willing to fight the darkness to show me the life. Or the light.
I want to go. I want a church going
about
guy.
His future kids.
I want to see the light. I want my belly to be plump with seed.
Like that's it. What would this guy have been like had he not come off so strong? Like, what if he'd have been subtle?
He'd been on The Bachelor, probably.
Like that's it. I mean, he was not subtle at all about anything. His
Once
intentions.
again, honest and direct. Women say all the time, "I just want a guy who's honest and faithful." No, you don't. Because then there comes
this guy wouldn't have been left behind.
Then there's then there's restraining orders, and then all of a sudden, no, you don't have to be so mean. You don't have to tell me I actually look fat in the dress. Well, you do. They want honesty until a guy is honest and says he wants to put a baby in your belly.
Yes.
Next meme.
Jesus Christ, next one. This one requires too much thought because it's like.
Yeah, because she had a Casanova on her hands, and she let him slip away.
I wouldn't say Casanova.
We came here to laugh, not
like
think.
A Dungeons and Dragons Casanova.
Hey, say what you want, but when somebody needs a sword of frost, yeah, then what? Then where will you be?
I don't know what that is.
It's a D&D.
It's a sword that has frost on it. Are you retarded?
Sword of well, they have.
No, I'm not a fucking dork.
It's a. I saw
having comprehensions of what words are doesn't make you a dork.
What kind of powers does it entail? I mean, a frosty sword ain't gonna do shit.
It causes +2 ice damage.
It's cold, thus the frost.
So
you get stabbed and then you're also cold.
So if you hold it with a bare hand, you can't throw it.
It's just the blade that's cold. It's a magic sword.
Oh, well, that sounds fucking uber dork.
Anyway, moving on.
You don't even have money for an Uber.
Oh God.
Yeah, she had to have him, and not only that, stupid. Now he knows where you live, so he can sneak in and sniff your panties.
Well, he
would take them out to the woods to do things with them.
Sucks to be you.
Like, guess what? You're gonna have pubic hair on his monolith out in the woods.
and he'll have dolls out of her hair that he stole from her hairbrush.
That he didn't eat.
No, he just caresses it and does things. This next one, this is from Meteor Babe 0101.
Meteor
Oh,
Babe.
this is gonna be great.
How's it spelled?
Meteor, like Meteor.
Like the Sky Rocks.
I thought this was going to be a fat chick story, and it was Meatier.
No.
Something's wrong with me. Oh, I didn't want no one seeing me like this. I'm so fucking hungry.
Now I'm disappointed.
Okay.
Hey, it could still be
Well,
that.
this isn't necessarily a
Is this
obese
FML or
person. This
AIT?
is FML.
All
From
right.
now on, there can be FMLs.
All right.
Those were the two. Am I the ass?
Okay,
best
what did
ones.
Beefy Chick say?
Today I took the bus to work. A sweet old lady got on after and sat next to me. Halfway there, she fell asleep with her head on my shoulder. I gently tried to wake her up before my stop. She wasn't sleeping. I let a dead woman lie on me for 30 minutes. And you didn't even cop a feel.
What? I'm extremely confused.
That,
No.
I mean, I get why it's fucked my life, but I mean, it's just.
That one's more just one of the ones that it's like, yeah. That
Like,
that
I've
one's not
personally
fun.
been hit in the face with a dead 500-pound man's arm, so I got no feeling towards this one whatsoever.
I mean,
You're like, she just was sleeping. And
I just, like, why?
I thought I was being sweet, and no, she was dead.
Hey, you let her lie on you for 30 minutes, at least go through her purse.
Well, the whole fucking thing is,
course
this
not even
could
paying
have
attention.
been fucking, avoided had you not been nice and let her fucking lay on you in the first place. Let her down the other guy's shoulder.
And go through her purse.
Okay, you can go through her purse while she's dead on the other guy's fucking shoulder. It's like, boy, she's soft breathing. Like, ma'am, I don't think she's breathing at all. That's the bus driver speaking.
Probably. Yeah, you know the bus driver. Probably.
It's like, did somebody go through her purse?
I call dibs then.
Bit short of me up here on the change, I got to get mine too.
Right, next.
One
me.
more, and let's call it a fucking day.
We got a couple more. We got to do at least a couple more.
Well, okay, two more.
Where my heart is turning ever, there's where the old folks stay.
And this is by Rhino.
Another fat chick.
No, it was a guy. Today I went to meet my girlfriend's parents for the first time. I accidentally drove past their house the first time, but saw the whole family outside waiting to meet me. I pulled a U-turn and heard a thud. The whole family watched me run over their dog. That is not a good first impression.
That's great.
Yeah, Corey, you got a fun story about first time meeting some grandparents, don't you?
Oh yeah, biggest shit I ever took. Like, I am great with first impressions. So that right there
That's
is
awful.
perfect. I love that.
That's still a funny story. When he went upstairs in their grandparents' house and clogged up the toilet with his shit.
And I strutted down the steps and asked him for a plunger because I have no shame.
Mind
Could have
you,
used the poop knife.
her mother.
I went down and said, "Your toothbrushes aren't cutting it. I need a plunger."
Yeah, that was hilarious. But I don't know how you get out of that.
What, running over their
No,
dog?
you just
Yeah.
keep driving.
See,
You're like,
that-
I'm out of
like,
here.
that's the whole thing. It's like running over their dog's one thing, but everybody watching you run over their dog, that makes
Yeah.
it, that really takes it to a different level.
And after a lot of time and consideration, I realized who I was. I'm a piece of shit.
And I like this one just because it's like, here they are, like, oh, there he is.
Ba-bum, ba-bum. Like, ooh.
To be fair, they shouldn't have had their dog out in the street.
Exactly. If you're making a U-turn, especially, it's like, keep your dog on a leash.
This one is by Gringa, Peru. Today, I had the good fortune of finding a seat on the bus, which is not the norm in Peru. Several minutes after sitting down, I felt something on my shoulder. Thinking it was a hand, I turned my head to look. I came face to face with the dirty man's crotch. It was his erection resting on my shoulder.
Happens every time one of those dancers start poontanging around with those show folk facts.
Once again,
I hate the fact that I thought of that before you said that. Like,
once
"Look at me,
again,
penis."
it's just a guy showing people what he wants.
Like, good for him. It's big enough to rest on his shoulder.
He's just giving her a little how do you do, you know? I don't see the problem.
Yeah, it sounds like another woman with an inability to show appreciation for what she's handed.
Yeah.
Well, not necessarily handed in this case. Okay, you know what?
I'll have to put that in the book to use next time.
Yeah, I agree. We'll have to touch on these again because I think these are a lot of fun, and hopefully the viewers do too. Because otherwise,
Hopefully, we don't have to re-record this.
yeah, hopefully we won't have to do that. So
That'd be fun. This won't sink either.
yeah, so be sure like, share, subscribe, comment, everything that we would like for you to do. You go ahead, and we will see you next week.